In 1885, in a small German town, a man built a strange machine. He was so afraid of what people might think, he only tested it at night when the streets were empty, when nobody could see him fail. His name was Karl Benz, and that machine, built in secret, was about to become the world's first car. Today, his idea has grown into one of the most trusted names on the road, but few people know how close it came to never existing at all. This is the story of Karl Benz, the wife who saved his invention, and the strange journey to that three-pointed star. Back then, if you wanted to travel, you needed a horse. That was simply how life worked. Nobody was asking for anything else. But Karl Benz had a strange idea. He wanted to build a vehicle that moved on its own. No horse, no rider pulling it along. Now here's something that surprises people. Benz didn't invent the engine. Engines already existed, but they were huge. They powered entire factories. The idea of shrinking one down, small enough to fit on a little carriage, seemed almost foolish to most engineers of his time. Benz had no large company behind him, just a small workshop, a pile of debt, and a wife, Bertha, who quietly gave part of her own inheritance to keep his work going when the money ran dry. Without Bertha's money, Benz's workshop may have closed before the car was ever finished. That's worth pausing on. Bertha didn't just believe in her husband. In a very real sense, she saved the invention long before it even worked. In 1885, Benz finally built something that worked. He called it the patent motor wagon. It had 3 wheels, a small engine at the back, no roof, no doors, nothing to protect the driver from the weather. Here's a fact people find hard to believe. That first engine made less than 1 horsepower, less power than a modern kitchen blender. Its top speed was about 10 miles an hour, roughly as fast as a bicycle, and it wasn't just slow, it was loud. It smelled strange. It didn't even have a steering wheel, just a lever, rather like steering a small boat. When Benz first drove it in public, some of his neighbors were genuinely frightened. A few thought the strange smoking machine might explode in the street. That date is now remembered as the birthday of the motor car. Now here's a part of the story most people have never heard. Karl built the car, but it was his wife, Bertha, who proved to the world it actually worked, and she did it in secret. In 1888, without telling Karl, Bertha took the car early one morning. She drove it 66 miles from the town of Mannheim to her mother's home in Pforzheim. Her 2 teenage sons rode along with her. Nobody had ever driven that far in a motor car before. Along the way, she solved problems no one had ever faced because no one had ever needed to. When a fuel line clogged, she cleared it with a hat pin from her own hat. When a wire came loose, she used her garter to cover it. There were no petrol stations in 1888. Cars barely existed yet, so when fuel ran low, Bertha stopped at a small chemist shop in a town called Wieslach. She bought a cleaning fluid called Ligroin, since chemists were the only shops that sold anything flammable enough to burn as fuel. That little shop is still remembered today as the world's very first petrol station. When the wooden brakes wore thin on a hill, Bertha stopped in a village. She asked a shoemaker to nail a strip of leather onto them for extra grip. Without knowing it, she had just invented the world's first brake pad. Decades before, it became standard in every car on Earth. When people heard what she had done, the invention stopped looking like a rich man's toy. It started to look like something that could truly change how people traveled. As demand grew, Benz's small workshop became a real company. But he wasn't the only man chasing this dream. Not far away, another inventor named Gottlieb Daimler was building his own engines, together with his partner, Wilhelm Maybach. For years, Benz and Daimler ran rival companies. The 2 men never even met in person. Now here's a fact that surprises almost everyone. The name Mercedes doesn't come from a company founder at all. It comes from a 10-year-old girl. In 1901, a wealthy businessman named Emil Jelinek was selling Daimler's cars. He raced them under his daughter's name, Mercedes, almost as a nickname. The cars won so often that Daimler renamed the entire line of cars Mercedes to match. Years later, in 1926, after both founders had died, the Benz and Daimler companies finally merged into one, Mercedes-Benz. This wasn't really a proud business decision. Germany's economy lay in ruins after the First World War. Joining forces was, for both companies, simply a way to survive. Even that three-pointed star had a meaning. Daimler chose it years earlier to represent one single ambition: building engines for the land, the sea, and the air, all at once. As the years passed, Mercedes-Benz became known for something few people ever see, yet almost everyone benefits from: taking safety seriously, long before most car makers even thought to. In 1952, a Mercedes engineer named Bertha patented something called the crumple zone. It's a part of the car built to fold and crush on purpose in a crash, soaking up the impact before it reaches the passengers. At the time, most engineers were trying to build cars as stiff and hard as possible. Bertha proved the opposite idea saved more lives. Today, it's used in nearly every car on the road, made by nearly every company on Earth. Mercedes also fitted the first anti-lock braking system into a production car back in 1978. That's the technology that stops your wheels from skidding when you brake hard. It remains standard in cars everywhere today. Very few of the millions of drivers using these features today know where they truly came from. It's a strange thought. Everything we now call a car, the engine, the steering, safety features that save lives every single day. It all began with one frightened man testing a noisy machine at night, and a wife brave enough to drive it further than anyone believed possible. Every car on the road today, whoever made it, owes something to that strange little machine, built in 1885, and to the woman who proved to the world that it could work. Karl Benz never set out to build a famous name. He simply wanted to build something that had never existed before. His wife made sure the world believed in it, and together, without ever planning to, they changed how the whole world moves.